Hello, hello. J-Pop back with more Ever17. Now, where were we? Let's just load it.
ということなのですが、わかりますか?
What did we get? We got a whole bunch of explanation about the situation and the air pressure. Da 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 da. Do we get it? I get it. Yeah, I think I get it.
では、浸水事故が発生した理由は?
Then the question becomes why the water leakage? Yeah, that's right. Couldn't it be that limit was made to keep the internal air pressure and external water pressure the same so it won't be crushed, right? But if the air inside completely escaped, and if the air pressure dropped to 1 atmosphere, then wouldn't the pressure of the seawater push in and finally there would be a tear somewhere in the seawater would come rushing in?
ほぼ正解です。
You're almost correct.
すごいですね、少年さん。本当に記憶喪失なんですか?
Impressive, kid. Are you sure you're suffering from amnesia? That's not the same thing, people. Yeah, pretty sure.
他に補足すべきことは
I
あ
have
りませ
nothing
ん。
left to add.
急激な気圧の減少が今回の浸水事故の主な原
The
因な
sudden
のです。
decrease in air pressure is the major cause of this flood mishap.
その後、被害を最小限に食い止めるべく、レミが浸水箇所の水密費を自動的に閉鎖しました。
Subsequently, in order to minimize damage, Limith automatically closed the watertight doors. And so we're all trapped in here. Yes.
はい。
Maybe it was because I had jumped into a complicated discussion, but somewhere in my head felt like it was tearing. But thinking back on Sora's explanation, there were 2 key points. The reason for the complex blackout was unclear. The reason for the drop in air pressure was that we had sprung a leak.
あれ、ちょっと待て
Hold
よ。
on a second. Takeshi, who had been listening quietly until now, spoke.
ここって今1気
So
圧な
this
んだ。
is 1 atmosphere of pressure?
ええ、そうですが、
Yes,
何
that's
か?
correct. Why do you...
それならさ、俺たちが今耳に装着してるイヤホン、音声変換器だっけ？これってもう必要ないんじ
So
ゃない
does
の
that
か？
mean this voice alternator thingy we're wearing that we don't need it anymore?
いえ、それは
No, that...
それはまだつけていてくだ
Please
さい。
keep wearing it.
どうして?
Why?
ヘリウムガスだってほとんど排出されちゃった
The
んでしょ?
helium gas is mostly gone, right? Only you remained silent. It looked like she was awkwardly avoiding my gaze.
とにかくそれは外さないでください。
Anyway, please just don't take them off. Why not? What reason is...
理由は
The reason... My name? Oh my god. No.
まあ、空がそう言うんだからそれでいいじゃ
Well,
ない。
if Sora says so, that should be good enough.
別に装着してても全然違和感ないさ。
I'm still
これ
wearing it and I don't
こ
have
の変換器。
have any problems with it. This voice alternator.
確かに今までつけてたのも忘れてたぐらいだから
Well,
ね。
that's for sure. I had almost forgot I was wearing it.
でしょ?
See?
そんなことよりもこれからどうするのか対応策を検討する方が先だと思うけど、私は
Anyway, more importantly, we should be talking about what are we gonna do now and talking about our next step. At least that's my opinion.
対応策か。
Next step, huh? After that, we crossed our arms and started brainstorming, but we couldn't come up with a single good idea. In the end,
助けを待つしかないってこ
I
とね。
guess all we can do is wait for help to come. Of course, there was no reason to expect a different opinion. Nearly an hour had passed since Sugami had left the room. Sora had said that she was going to try to think of a plan and went back to the control room. The remaining 4 of us didn't have anything to say or do and continued to wait for contact or help from the outside.
つぐみ戻ってこない
Sugami
ね。
hasn't come back. Sarah muttered this.
このまま一人にしといていい
I
のか
wonder
な
if it's good to leave her alone like this.
いいってことはないだろう
I don't
な。
think there's anything good about it.
ねえ少年、さっきさつぐみを追いかけていった
Hey
でしょ。
kid, you followed after Sugumi a bit ago, right? Yes.
その時どこに行くとか
She
言って
didn't
な
say
かっ
where she
た。
was going or anything? Nope, she didn't mention anything.
しょうがな
Oh
い。
well.
探してみ
You
ま
want
す
to look
か。
for her? As if Yu's words were a sign, I stood up. For some reason, Yu made straight for the control room. Huh? Why the control room?
少年、覚え
You
て
don't
ない？
remember?
さっき制御室に集まった時、空が言
When
っ
we
てたでしょ
gathered。in the control room before, Sora said something, right?
生体反応をチェックしてみたらどうたらこうたら
By
って
searching for the life readings or bio signs of such and such. She said that?
ああ、確かに言ってたな、そんなこ
Yup,
と。
for sure she did say that.
ちゃんと話聞いてたの
Weren't
か
you
少年。
I thought I was, but
で、その生体反応検出装置みたいなやつを使え
so why
ば
don't
ね、
we do a bio scan for life?
きっとつぐみの居所は立ちどころに判明しちゃったりすると思
We'll
うんだ。
probably know what Sugumi is right away. Bioscan. It seemed like one difficult word after another was being thrown at me. I'm not that smart. I wonder if this was part of amnesia. There were so many words and phenomena, and words are hard. I agree, Shonen. And systems and stuff here that I was at a loss. Without thinking, I let go a sigh. Incidentally, there was another thing that I had not been able to understand. Somewhere along the line, everybody had taken to calling me Kid. That random decision-making process to find a consensus on my name had ended up with me being called Kid. Well, it was better than John Mitochondria anyway. But still, it was all hard for me to understand. Sigh. I sighed again and shaking my head, followed everyone into the control room.
おやどうかされました
Hey,
か？
is something wrong? Sora tilted her head, looking at us quizzically as we shuffled into the room.
あのね、このままつぐみをほっとくわけにはいかないから。
Well, we just didn't think we could leave Sugumi alone like this.
だから空に生体反応をチェックしてもらおうと思って。
Yeah, so we thought if we could get you to do another bioscan.
ああ、そういうことですか。わかり
Ah,
ま
I
し
see. So that's it.
た。小松さんの居所を調べ
You
ればい
want
いん
me
です
to
ね。
investigate the location of Sugumi then? Yes, we asked that.
少々
Please
お待
wait
ち
a
ください
moment.。A map of Lemu was displayed on the monitor. It enlarged and reduced in size, slid, spun. The image switched and changed in a dizzying way. Sora? Will you really know where Sugumi is just by running a bio search for her? Yes.
人間は高温動物ですから、常に体が36度前後に発熱しているでしょ。
Humans are homothermic animals, meaning that they can constantly maintain a temperature of around 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit.
その体温を赤外線を使って検出す
That
るの
body
です。
temperature can be detected using infrared radiation.
これによりレミュー内の人間の数もその居場所もすぐに特定することが
Via this technique, we can affirm the location and number of humans in Lemu Complex.
ほらもうわかり
See,
まし
there
た
it is. See that uncertain bit of light in Zwete stock?
間違いありません小町
There's
さ
no
んです
mistake, that's Sugumi. Below that, in a room in Drete stock, there were also a number of light emitting points overlapping. I figured that was probably the control room. Huh? What's this? What is? Just then I noticed something strange. In a corner of the monitor, life readings 7 was displayed in small letters. What
どう
is
した
it?
の？
Isn't there something strange about this number? See? I pointed to the corner of the monitor. Life reading 7.
7？
Nana? 7?
なんだ
7.
どうして
What? There should have been a total of 6 people trapped in Lemu. You, Sora, Sarah, Sora, Sugumi, Takashi, and me. Yet the main computer limit was indicating that there were 7 people.
これは一体。
What in the world? And then, life readings 5, life readings 7, life readings 6. Numbers, the numbers change by the second. And always the number 6 plus or minus 1.
なぜこんなことが。
Why is this happening? Flustered and out of character, Sora was busily operating the console. But the numbers continued to fluctuate and there was no sign that they would stop. I shifted my eyes to the points of light on the map. Even if the life reading numbers changed, the points of light didn't increase or decrease.
もしもこの表示が本当は7だとし
If
た
the
ら、
number really is 7, then that would mean there's another person here that didn't get out in time.
7が正解だとしたら
Yeah,
ね。
assuming that 7 is the right number.
まあ待てよ。
Hold on, everybody.
落ち着け
Calm
って。
down. For a while, I watched the number switch. Finally, it stopped on the number 6. Life reading 6. Huh? It stopped on 6.
壊れてたんじゃないの？センサーの誤動作なんてよくある
It's
ことでし
probably
ょ？
broken or something.
いえ、そんなはず
No,
は。
no, it shouldn't be.
でも結局6で落ち着いたわけだからこれが正解だろうきっと。
Anyway, it looks like it settled on 6, so that's probably the right number, right?
そうだよ
Makes
ね。
sense?
よく考えてみれば他に誰かがいるとは思
Thinking
えな
about
い
it,
し。
it's hard to imagine anyone else is here. But
だって少年、私たちレミオの中をあんなに探し回っ
But
たん
what,
だよ。
kid? We looked all over Lemu.
なのに誰にも会わ
And
な
we
かった
didn't
じゃん。
meet anyone. That's true, but
まあどっちにしろ館内を歩き回ってみればわかることなんじゃないかな。
well, either way, it's something we can solve by walking around the complex, right?
それよりも今は早くつぐみを捕獲しなけれ
But
ば。
more important is securing Sugumi.
捕獲？保護でしょ？
Securing? You mean saving?
危険なものから対象を隔離するのが保護。
Saving is removing an object from danger.
危険なものそれ自体を隔離するのが捕獲だ。
Securing is removing danger itself.
つぐみってそんなに危
Is
険なの？
Sugumi really that dangerous?
あ、そういやサラもユウもまだまともに話してなかったよな。あの猛
Oh,
獣と。
that's right. I haven't told Sarah, you and all about everything that crazy girl, have I? No. No.
よし、それじゃあつぐみ捕獲作
All
戦
right,
開
it's
始
time
だ
to。think of a way of securing Sugumi.
準備はいいかな。
We climbed the emergency stairs to the floor where Sugumi was. Only Sora remained in the control room thinking of ways to escape, trying to re-establish communications, rechecking the complex, and trying to get other systems that were down back online. We arrived at Zuete Stock, and when we did, a voice came from the speaker above the corridor.
小松さんは今
Right now, Sugumi
警備室にいる
seems
よ
to
う
be
で
in
す。
the security office. I figured Sora was using the complex intercom system to announce Sugumi's location.
了解。警
Got
備
it.
室だ
The
な。
security office, huh? Takeshi and said this toward the ceiling. On the way to the office, you said,
ねえ、クラナリ、一つ提案があるんだけ
"Hey,
ど、
Takeshi, I've got an idea."
ん？
こういうのってさ、女の子だけの方がいいと思うんだよ
I
ね。
think this kind of thing is, well, better with just girls.
女の子だけ。
私とマヨ、二人だけで行くっ
I
て
think
こ
just
と。
Mayo and I should go.
その方が、つぐみも何かと話しやすいと思うし、
That way, it might be easier to talk to Sugumi.
マヨは別にいい
Mayo,
よ
you
ね。
okay with that? Yeah.
もちろん、私は全然 OK です
Sure, I'm
よ。
fine with that. Why can't Takeshi and I come along?
こういうのは大抵男性がいるとややこしくなるもんな
This
の
kind
よ
of。thing gets messy when there are guys around.
4対1だと警戒心を持たれちゃうっていうのもあります
4
よね。
against 1 triggers fear, you know? Fight or flight reactions.
あとは勘か
That
な。
and let's call it female intuition. Intuition?
私とマヨならうまく誤解を解くことができると思う
I've got a hunch that Mayo and I can fix this misunderstanding.
誤解か。
Misunderstanding, huh?
だってそうでしょ。私たち何にも怒らせるようなことしてないんだか
That's
ら。
what it is, isn't it? We haven't done anything to make her angry, so... That's true. It might be better just to let the two girls go instead of going in a group. For some reason, I didn't have any confidence in my ability to get Tsugumi to open up to us, and I was sure that type of thing wasn't one of Takeshi's strong points either.
じゃ、お任せすることにします
Then
か。
I guess I'll leave it up to you. So with that, you and Sarah headed to the security office. Takeshi and I were left in the middle of the corridor. At a loss of what to do.
さてと、どうしようか。
So what now? What do you say?
警備室の前で待ってみる
Want to
か
wait in。front of the security office? I don't think that would accomplish anything, but
じゃあど
then
うする
what?
よ。
I don't know.
ここはひとまず館内の見
For
回り
now,
か
we
な。
could go take a look around. I've had enough of that.
俺はまだ
Well,
やっ
I
てない。
haven't. You, Sarah, and I walked so much that we just about wore holes in our shoes. Suete and Turete stock. Everything.
そんなこと言うんなら、一緒にメリーゴーランド
In
でも
that
乗る
case, why
か。
don't we give the merry-go-round a shot? I don't know. Two guys on a merry-go-round sounds kinda...
だろ
Yeah?
まあとにかく、俺はレミューの中を一通りチェックしてみることに
Well,
するよ。
anyway, I've decided to take a look around inside Limu.
自分の目で確かめないと納得できない
I'm
たち
the
だか
kind
ら
of
さ。
guy that just has to see things with his own two eyes. So Takeshi and I split up to search. We agreed to meet up at 9:30 p.m. We were to meet in front of the security office.
レミューは水面下に3つの層を持っている。
Lemur has 3-layer surfaces below the ocean surface.
エルストボーデ、ツバイトシュトック、ドリットシュトック。
Estre Bolden, Suete stock, Grete stock. Are we really gonna go through more of this damn premise?
各フロアの間隔は17メートルです。フロアを1つ降りれば17メートル
There
深
are
くなり
7 meters
ます。
between each floor. If you go down a floor, you go down 17 meters, or 51 feet deeper if you're in America.
したがって3階、ドリットシュトックは水深51メートルの位置に沈んでいることになりま
Thus,
すね
the。third floor Durete stock is located at 51 meters, or 103 feet in depth. With all this time in my hand, I visited Sora in the control room. Sora politely and in an easy-to-understand way explained to me about Lemu, which I knew almost nothing.
ドリットの外には約5気圧の水圧プラス大気圧1気圧で合計約6気圧の海水が満ちていることになります。
Outside is 6 pressures of 5 water and 1 air pressure.
仮にドリットから突然海中に出てしまった場合、
If hypothetically you were to suddenly go out to the ocean from Durete,
肺が6分の1に押しつぶされるか、または肺溶石の6分の5の海水が肺に流れ込んで、おそらくは数分以内に絶
your
命
lungs
する
would
で
be
しょう。
crushed to 1/6 their size because math. And approximately 5/6 of your lungs would be flooded and you would die in minutes. Can I ask a question? Go ahead.
どうぞ。
How much pressure is exactly 5 atmospheres of water pressure? It's hard to imagine.
1気圧は1平方センチメートルあたり1キログラムの重さがかかっていることを言い
One
ます。
atmosphere is 1 kilogram of weight per square centimeter.
レミューの内外の気圧差は5気圧ですから、その5倍、1平方センチメートルあたり5キログラムの力が加わっていると考えてください。
The difference in pressure inside and outside of Lemu's 5 atmospheres, or a multiple of 5, duh. Please think of it as 5 kilograms, or around 11 pounds of weight per square inch. 5 kilograms of weight per square inch. So if each meter, it would be 100 times 100, or 50 tons?
正解で
That's
す。
right. Hey, he can math! He's Japanese, he's Asian, they could math. But what about the people that skin dive? They can dive to depths of about 90 feet, right?
フリーダイビングの現在の世界記録は150メートル
The
です。
Guinness Book of World Records is 150 meters, or 450 feet.
アクアラングをつけてそれなりの手順を踏めば、おそらく35メートルぐらいなら誰でも潜れるで
With
しょ
an
う。
aqua lung, I have no idea what an aqua lung is, probably a trained water lung, and pauses along the way, probably just about anyone could dive around 105 feet.
しかしその場合、肺に送り込むエアは高圧のガスを用います。
However, the air sent to your lungs would be highly pressurized gas.
素潜りの場合は息を止めて潜るわけですが、素人だったら20メートルが限界
But
で
with
すね。
skin diving, they don't stop to breathe along the way. Amateurs can't make it past 65 feet.
それ以上になるとかなりの熟練が必要になり
Any
ます。
deeper than that requires intensive training. Wow, is that right?
それから大事なこ
There's
とが
one
もう
other
一つ。
important thing. Yes, Sensei, what is it?
仮に水圧に耐えることができたと
If
し
you
て、
could withstand the water pressure,
少年さん、あなたは51メートルも上にある海面まで泳ぎ切ることができ
could
る
you
でしょう
really
か。
swim the 167 feet to the surface? 51 meters? How high is that? 51 meters.
15階建てのビルを想像してみてください。
Imagine a 15-story building.
あるいは3階建ての校舎を5個積み重ねたものでも良いか
Or
もしれませ
5
ん。
3-story school buildings stacked on top of each other, which is 15 stories. 5 schools stacked? No way I could swim that.
では10階建てのビルではど
Well,
うで
then
す
how
か。
about a building with 10 stories?
水深34メートル、ツバイトシュトックがこの位置
A
にあり
depth
ま
of
す。
34 meters, or just over 100 feet. That is the depth of Swite stock. 34 meters, huh? For you? For me? Da 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 da. Saving the game, talking to Sora. I think that would be impossible.
正しい判
I
断
think
だ
you're
と思い
probably
ます。
correct. So basically what you're trying to say is that we can't escape by swimming, right, Sora? Yes. I guess in the end, all we can do is wait for help to arrive.
そういうこ
That's
と
what
に
it
なり
comes
ます
down to. And I was so involved with my chat with Sora, I had missed my the appointed meeting time. I left the control room and headed toward the meeting point in front of the security office. But Takashi wasn't there. Hey, Takashi! I tried to call out to him, but there was no reply. Glancing at the security office, I noticed the door was wide open. I decided to take a peek in the room. No one was there. Not you, Sarah, or Sugami. Hey, Sora, everybody, where are you? I looked up at the bare ceiling and calling out. I figured Sora would be in the control room monitoring me, but apparently she wasn't. There were no sounds from the speakers on the ceiling. I wonder what I should do, I thought as I wandered walking through the corridors. First, okay. Where should we go first? Control room has Sora. We have the warehouse, the jellyfish gondola, and the merry-go-round. Let's go to the merry-go-round. The merry-go-round. Several dozen dolphins were connected in a circle. There were no horses, no carriages, there were no children's voices. And the blue wall was just one paneling of wall away. They were all trapped in this place. Thinking this, it was hard to believe that the scenery spreading before me was reality. What am I doing here? That thought popped into my mind. What I was experiencing right now seemed much more bizarre to me than the fact I'd lost my memory. In other words, my doubts about the past were less than my sense of unease about the present. I was overcome by a sense that my existence was floating away.
あ、少
Hey,
年
kid.
何ボケっとしてんの？そ
Are
ん
you
なとこで
spacing out there? You was peeking out at me from the shadow of a rock. Not exactly. Really? That reminds me, so how were things with Sugumi?
うーん
Well,
一言で言うと振り逃げ
in
か
a
な。
shell, it was like we whiffed. What do you mean?
つぐみはいくつなのとか、どこに住んでるのとか、お腹すいたねとか、最初はそんな軽い話から始まって
We started with light conversation about how old she was, where she lived, if she was hungry. We were biding our time waiting for the right pitch.
最終的にはなんで怒ってるのってマヨが直球勝負を挑んで
Ultimately, Mayo asked her straight out, "Why are you so mad?" And what did she say?
だから振り逃げだってば
I said we whiffed, right?
空振りされた挙句出塁されちゃったって感じ
It was like we waited and waited for a good pitch, but we didn't get any, so we swung. So it was a big 0.
ゼロかどうかはわからないけど1じゃないことだけは確か
I
でし
don't know
ょ
if it was a 0, but we sure didn't hit a home run.
あとはひたすら牽制球を投げて向こうが油断するのを待つの
All
み
we
ね
could do was wait for her. Oh my god, so entertaining. To get careless and throw the right pitch. Baseball reference, why not? And get her out?
タッチセーフだよ
No, get a hit. Nobody knows baseball.
私はただ触れたいだけ手応えを感じたいだ
I
けな
just
の
wanted to get a sense, to feel what she's all about.
理由はどうあれ人に嫌われてるっていうのはあんまり気分のいいものじゃないからね
Reasons aside, there is just something not pleasant about being disliked. Saying that, you started walking. She got on the platform of the merry-go-round and petted the fin of a dolphin. I followed after you and jumped on the back of a dolphin.
ところで少年こんなとこで何やって
Kid,
たの
incidentally, what were you doing here? I was looking for everybody. When I went to the security office, nobody was there. What were you doing?
メリーゴーランドの周りをブラブラして
I was
た
just
だ
hanging
け
around this area, near the merry-go-round.
ちょっと一人になりたか
I
った
just
から
wanted to be alone, so... Alone? You cast a lonely look at the dolphin as she patted its smooth skin.
ねえこのイルカどうして動かないのかな
Hey, why doesn't this dolphin move? Probably because it's not turned on. There should be an operating panel around here somewhere.
スイッチを入れたらこのイルカは
You
動く
think if we
の
turned it on, the dolphin would move? Yeah, probably.
海の中を泳いだり魚を捕まえたり
And
す
swim
る
in
の
the ocean and catch fish and stuff. What?
私さっき思ったんだけ
I
ど
was just thinking.
レミューの中にはイルカもクジラも魚も貝もタコだってクラゲだってイソギンチャクだっているのに
Because
さ
inside Lemu, there are dolphins and whales and fish and clams and octopus. There are even jellyfish and sea anemones, but
でもそれって本当は全部生き物じゃないんだ
none
よ
of
ね
them are real living creatures. Of course not. They were all made by people.
当たり前か
I
な
wonder.
例えば深い森の中では生きていないものを探す方が難しいでし
For
ょ
example, deep in a forest, it would be harder to find something that is not alive than something that is, right?
木も草も鳥も昆虫も土の中の微生物だってみんな生きてる
There
の
are
も
trees and grass, birds and bugs, soil, and living creatures inside of it. Everything is live.
だけどここは
But
ど
how
う
about here?
こんな広い空間の中で生きてるのは私たちだけ
The
なん
only
だ
thing
よ
that is alive in this vast space is us.
海の中の楽園なのに
And
ね
they call this an underwater paradise? A utopia?
この楽園では生きてることの方が珍しいのかもしれない
So in this utopia, living things are outnumbered by non-living things.
つまり私たちは邪魔者
Which in a way means we are?
死の世界に紛れ込んだ異物なんだと
We
思
are
う。
intruders in this world of the dead. You petted the dolphin. The dolphin's deformed plastic smile didn't move at all. A steel rod was stuck to its belly. Do you hate Lemu, you? Well,
難しい問題ね。
it's hard to say.
好きとか嫌いとかそういうのは考えたことなかっ
It's
たな。
not that I dislike or dislike it, but you liked it enough to start working here, right?
ううん、
No. No, you didn't?
違うよ。
No. Well, then why? With my question, you tilted her head. Then she just clammed up and started wandering around one of the dolphins. Finally, her feet stopped and you quietly faced me.
大切なものを探し
I'm
てるの。
looking for something important. Something important?
お父さんの
A clue about my father.
実はね、私のお父さんレミューの開発部門で働いてたの。
Actually, my father worked in the research and development division of Lemu. Research and development?
私も詳しくは聞いてないんだけ
I
ど、
don't know the details.
お父さんレミのプログラムを作ってたみ
It
たい。
seems like my father made the Lemeth program. Lemeth? Wasn't that Lemu's central computer? Yes.
もちろん一人でやってたわけじゃないよ。
Of course, he didn't do it alone.
そのプロジェクトの一員として開発に携わってたって
He
こ
was one of
と。
the members involved in developing the project. Huh? Is that so? But what did you mean by clue?
お父さん
My
ね、
father.
お父さんある日突然いなくなっちゃっ
My
たんだ。
father disappeared one day. What?
行方不明になっちゃっ
He
たの。
just went missing. When?
それが
He
物心ついた時にはすでにいなくって、
has been missing as long as I can remember. At least that's what my mother tells me.
私が1歳の時、つまり今から17年前のことね。
It was when I was 1 year old, 17 years ago. So, you don't remember your father? No.
写真とかムービーとかでしか見たことはなくて、
I've only seen pictures and memories on Facebook of him.
ちゃんとした記憶は残ってないの。
I don't really have any memories.
今言ったことも全部お母さんから聞いた話で、
Everything I just told you, my mother said it. But why? Why did he disappear?
それが分かればこんなところまで来たりし
If I
ない
knew
よ。
that, I wouldn't have come here. And I would have been if I did know, I would have been a freaky 1-year-old. What do you mean?
お父さんの姿が最後に目撃されたのはこのレミューの中だ
The
と。
last time my father was seen was in Lemu.
だからここに来れば消えたお父さんの手がかりが何か見つかるかもしれないってそう思って。
So I thought that if I came here, maybe I would find some clue about my father.
お母さんはもう諦めちゃってるみたいだから頼りにならない
It
し。
seems like my mom has already given up, so I can't count on her. Oh, your father is a different father.
お母さんお父さんのこと死んじゃったんだって思ってるみた
My
い。
mom has convinced herself that my dad is dead. The word dead had a heavy ring to it. You looked straight at me as her eyes watered.
でもね、
But,
私は信じてるの。
I believe
お父さんは絶対どこかで生
I
きてる
believe
の
he
よ。
is alive somewhere.
だってそうで
He
しょ。
has to be. He owes my mom child support.
お父さんはただ行方不明になっただけで遺体が見つかったわけじゃないん
Father
だし。
just went missing and his remains were never found. I couldn't find any words. I didn't know what to say to her. She might have been waiting for me to say something like, "You're right, he's probably alive somewhere." But I couldn't say it. I just nodded and couldn't even look back into her eyes. Finally, we promised to meet later in the conference room and split up. I thought I would go somewhere else. Okay. I am gonna end this episode here. This game moves a lot slower than I remember. But you know, if it's not for you, I should probably say this at the beginning of the video. I'll probably say my words at the beginning of the next video. But anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoy it. I'll see you all in the next video.